LeBron James just shocked the NBA, taking a massive pay cut, leaving the Lakers behind, and risking everything for one final shot at history. If Philadelphia wins, LeBron won't just add another ring, he could rewrite the GOAT debate forever.
LeBron's role here in Philadelphia, what will that be on this team?
I mean, LeBron's a connector. That's the one thing about him. He fits every role you possibly can. He's going to elevate everyone in the whole building. I know that much.
How do you see Joel fitting in here with LeBron?
It's funny, when LeBron was maybe a possibility, I went back and watched some of the Olympic tape, with him and LeBron, and those two played pretty well together. So I think Joel, it's like we have so many different options. Any given night, anyone can be the guy. So I think once we get clicking and get gelling, it's gonna be fun to watch.
Fantastic. Starting in Philadelphia, but commuting from New York, LeBron agrees to a 2-year deal for only $8 million, which is a lot of money in the real world, but also a 92% pay cut.
That's about a month for LeBron, usually, right?
Yeah. I don't think he's spending. Well, he's got to spend $1 million on his body.
Less than that. It's $4 million a year. He was making $60.
Well, I was even thinking $8 million, but yeah.
LeBron writing on social media, granted a long time ago. I'm not going for money, not going for family. I still want to grind. I still want to compete to win and have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship.
I think even if he's not the best guy on the Sixers, he absolutely can be the best guy for a playoff series with the Sixers. And that wouldn't have been the case with those three teams. And my last thing that it tells me about LeBron is, I don't know if you're the one that I got this phrase from, Kevin Wildes, or someone else. But I think it doesn't matter.
Championship?
No. I'm not saying I love my kids more than you love yours, but we're tied for the most. Like you can't love your kids more than I love mine. That idea.
I like that though.
I'm not saying LeBron James loves basketball more than anybody else, but I'm saying no one's ever loved it more.
Oh, that's good.
I'm saying he absolutely just loves playing the game and is going to play. I've been saying it for 25 years. I'm adding an addendum. Minimum. He is going to honor this contract, barring catastrophic injury. He is going to play for a minimum of 25 years. So he wanted to go east. He desperately wants to win another ring, and his love for the game's unquestioned. Those are the three things this decision tells me about LeBron.
First, I'll address a few of the things you said before I get to mine. San Antonio would have definitely been considered ring chasing.
Yes,
even though they didn't win it, it just would have been like
they're the favorites or co-favorites.
OKC,
won it.
A little less, but still probably. Yeah. I can't say Denver. Now, obviously, some people are saying this is ring chasing. So some people would have said wherever he went, because they were all good teams, it was ring chasing. Denver, I don't know that I consider that ring. Obviously, Jokic is awesome, but they have not had great, deep playoff runs.
That's true.
In the last few years. And obviously, it's been a few years now since they won it. But still, some would have definitely felt that way. These three things, it's interesting you said three specific things because that's what I had too. Three specific things. One, winning is definitely priority number one. Because you can argue that of the teams he considered strongly, it's arguable, but this is the team that's the most talented and has the best chance of winning. All right. Cleveland maybe, but this team is stacked on paper. All right. Secondly, legacy. And for LeBron, legacy is all about the GOAT conference. There's nothing else he can do except convince more people that he's the GOAT. All right. And so I think LeBron's looked at it like, this is just me speculating. The two things he can do to convince a majority of people that he's the GOAT is the longevity, which he obviously has that. Yeah. And then secondly, if he wins with Philly, he'll be the first player in NBA history to win 4 championships with 4 different franchises.
Bonus take, because what we didn't show, because it wouldn't have made sense there, is some of the deeper championship odds and Western Conference odds. But had we done it, you would have seen the Los Angeles Lakers at 35-1 to win the title and 19-1 to win the West. Now, I understand the West has those two juggernauts, but the meat of the East might actually be better than the meat of the West with those two juggernauts there. Now that we know that LeBron James is willing to play for the league minimum, well, I feel like the Lakers and the little whisper, what I felt was a whisper campaign to the media throughout the beginning and middle of last year, we're ready for this to be over. We're excited to move on, is something they will regret.
LeBron James just made the decision that nobody expected. After years of wearing the purple and gold, after becoming the face of the Los Angeles Lakers, after building one of the greatest careers in sports history, LeBron walked away. Not because he was chasing a bigger contract, not because he wanted comfort, not because he needed more money. He chose Philadelphia, a team built around Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, and Tyrese Maxey, because one thing still controls his career: the obsession to win. At an age when most superstars are protecting their legacy, LeBron James is putting everything on the line for one final championship chase. And the most unbelievable part? He accepted a deal worth only $8 million over 2 years. For most people, that is a life-changing contract. For LeBron James, it represents a massive sacrifice. A player who has earned around $60 million annually in recent seasons is now taking roughly $4 million per year. A reported 92% pay cut. That is not a financial decision. That is a statement. LeBron is telling the entire NBA, I am not done. I am still chasing history. But the biggest question now is not why LeBron chose Philadelphia. The biggest question is, what exactly does LeBron James become on this new Sixers team? And the answer could completely change the future of the NBA. LeBron James does not need to walk into Philadelphia and dominate every possession. That is not the mission anymore. His greatest weapon might not be scoring. It might be connection. Because throughout his entire career, LeBron has proven one thing. He makes everyone around him better. He can lead. He can create. He can control the tempo. He can become the voice inside the locker room. And that is exactly why this partnership with Joel Embiid becomes so fascinating. Because when LeBron and Joel shared the court during the Olympics, the chemistry was already visible. They were not forcing anything. They naturally complemented each other. Joel Embiid has spent years carrying enormous offensive pressure. But now, for the first time, he has another superstar who can absorb that responsibility. Some nights, Embiid can dominate. Some nights, LeBron can take over. Some nights, Jaylen Brown can become the closer. And that creates something dangerous. A team where opponents cannot simply stop one player. Because every night, the nightmare can come from somewhere different. But there is another reason this move is historic. LeBron is not only chasing a championship, he is chasing something much bigger. His place in basketball immortality. And that brings us to the argument that has followed him for more than a decade. The GOAT debate. LeBron James has already achieved almost everything. 4 championships, 4 Finals MVP awards, 4 MVP trophies. A career that has lasted longer than anyone imagined. But according to many around the league, there is still one unfinished chapter. The GOAT conversation? Because for LeBron, longevity is already secured. Nobody can deny that. Playing at an elite level for more than 2 decades has already separated him from almost everyone who has ever touched a basketball. But another championship? That could change everything. If LeBron wins with Philadelphia, he would become the first player in NBA history to win championships with 4 different franchises. Miami, Cleveland, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia. That would not just add another ring. That would create another argument nobody could ignore. Because the question would no longer be, can LeBron still win? The question becomes,
How much more can history add to his name? And that mentality explains why LeBron posted, "I'm not going for money. I'm not going for family. I still want to grind, compete, win, and have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship." Those words reveal everything. This is not a farewell tour. This is a final attack. The decision also sends a message back to Los Angeles. Because when LeBron was still wearing a Lakers uniform, there were growing questions about whether the organization was ready to move forward without him. Was the LeBron era ending? Was the Lakers' future finally beginning? But then, LeBron made the move nobody expected. He showed he was willing to sacrifice money just for another chance at winning. And suddenly, the conversation changed. Because Philadelphia might actually offer LeBron something Los Angeles could not: a stronger championship opportunity. The Lakers were reportedly sitting around 35-1 odds to win the championship and around 19-1 to win the Western Conference. Meanwhile, Philadelphia represents a much different path. The Eastern Conference does not have the same level of dominance at the top. The road may be more open. The roster may be deeper. The opportunity may be real. And LeBron knows this might be his final window. He is not chasing another paycheck. He is chasing another moment. Another parade. Another trophy. Another reason for the world to stop and say, maybe LeBron James really is the greatest basketball player we have ever seen. For 25 years, LeBron James has been rewriting what an NBA career can look like. Now, he is attempting something even more unbelievable. At an age where legends are supposed to disappear, LeBron is changing teams, taking less money, taking a bigger risk, and chasing one final piece of history. Because this move tells us three things. Winning is still everything. Legacy still matters. And LeBron James still loves basketball more than anyone expected. The question is no longer whether LeBron belongs among the greatest. That debate has already lasted generations. The question now is, can LeBron James do the impossible one more time and win a championship in Philadelphia to create the greatest final chapter in NBA history? Because if he does, the GOAT debate may never be the same again.
Yo, mic check 1 to 2, -1, -2. Game over for this video, folks. Smash that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe to stay in the huddle for more. This is NFL Madness, bringing the heat and signing out.